Capricorn, how are you? I'm going to do a reading for you. We are moving into the first week of 2024. So let's see what the current energies look like for you guys. See what the tarot has to say to all my Capricorns today. As always, please just take what works, leave what doesn't. We all know who we are in the story. And hit that like button. Boink, right there. Really makes a difference to my channel. Really appreciate that. All right, you guys, let's see what is going on for all of my Capricorn. I feel like there's something needs to come out. So I'm going to shuffle a card and see if something jumps out. And then we'll put the rest of the cards down, all right? But I can't help but feel there's something needs to come out. So let's see. Let's see. Anything need to come out for my Capricorns? There it is. There they are. The two cards. All right. I feel as if there is some kind of anxiety, all right? We have here, we've got the Eight of Swords and we've got the Moon card. And when I see the Moon card, this is about you having to come out of your shell, all right? We see this lobster trying to crawl out of the water and, you know, you're being encouraged by your spirit. So I feel as if you have a fear about really coming out and being very authentic in who you are. Why is that, Capricorn? I mean, let's see what this is all about. Because when we have the Moon card, I mean, this is a deep energy. I mean, this is about, you know, way down deep. There is something that holds you back from really coming out and following your true north. And a lot of times, I have to say, with a lot of Capricorns, because you guys are the workhorse of the zodiac, you know, your need to do what you're supposed to do in life. You're supposed to go out and get a job. You're supposed to make a lot of money. You're supposed to put some in savings. You need to have enough money to get your kids through school. You know, you want the finer things. I mean, a Capricorn is willing to work for the material world. But here, there's an inner calling, Capricorn, that's really wanting to come out. And I feel like by this next full moon, or maybe it's this recent full moon, you know, you started to realize what your fears were. But this Moon card is really wanting you to take a chance and get on a path. I feel as if you get on a path, a direction of doing something that you've always wanted to do, right? Not what you think you should be doing, what you've always wanted to do. You might be surprised how supported you will be. But you have a lot of anxiety because maybe some of you are about to quit your job and do something and like take that leap of faith. And that's giving you anxiety. I mean, I do have the Page of Cups above you. So yeah, you might be like saying, all right, I'm just going to jump on this train and I'm going to do it. And I'm going to be very creative about it because it's very creative energy. Maybe there's something that you've been wanting to launch or create or make. I just feel that there's this real strong energy around you of having this fear. Of really coming out and being authentically you. But I have to tell you, Pluto's about to go into Aquarius in January. And my whole thing with this is that it's very raw and real, this energy of these two planets. And it's really going to ask you to really look at what do you believe in? Who are you? What is it you really want to do? Who are your people? Where are your people? You know, are you really on the right road? I mean, all of these things are going to come up as a result of your, I want to say, response to the things that are happening around you. But let me jump into the reading because I feel as if you have some real important messages. So let's not falter on them. All right. So I do see an energy here, you know, in the recent past. We have the Two of Coins. So you have been needing to make some kind of shift or change when it comes to how to balance your life, you know, how to not work all the time and not have a life. Or, you know, want to get to a point where you can have this amazing life and now you're living, you know, life rather than working for life. So I feel like, you know, you start to realize that maybe there's a new way to go. I mean, honestly, I feel like there's a new way to go. And here we have the Four of Coins coming upside down. So I feel as if, you know, you've been holding back for quite a while, not really wanting to do what it is that you want to do. And then I have the Knight of Wands here. I mean, this is about talking about it, but never actually doing it. So some of you guys really need to take that leap of faith. I mean, here's your extension card. We have here the Page of Coin coming out. I mean, this is about a fresh new start in some kind of an endeavor. And it could be something that you've tried to do in the past. We do have the Judgment card coming up, and maybe it's come back and you're thinking, maybe I need to, you know, reapproach something. Maybe I need to look at what it is, and, you know, maybe there is a way for me to make this happen, for me to really have this, you know, way of making a living, doing it my thing rather than working for other people. Because here's the thing with you, Capricorn, unless you are the actual owner, CEO, you know, you spend all your time working for someone else. Like someone else gave you this purpose, and now you want to find your own purpose, right? And, you know, even though, you know, it's a good salary or anything, it's robbed you of your life, right? Because we're trying to figure out, how can I live my life? And, you know, you don't want to sacrifice what you've already built up, right? You still want to maintain, you know, the kind of income. But how do you switch without suffering? And I think this is where you're at. And you're at this point where, you know, Judgment card says, well, you know, you can make this happen. You can pick up whatever it is that you've always wanted to do and go for it. The energies say that, you know, the time is ripe to do this. And by springtime, I feel like you might be feeling really good that you made this shift or this change. All right, but, you know, moving on, I do feel as if, you know, a lot of what holds you back is the past. I feel like the past really holds you back. I've got the Three of Swords. I mean, I think you suffer from rejection and from being hurt, and you have a hard time letting go of things. And, you know, this kind of block and fear that comes up, Capricorn, it isolates you. Look, you become this hermit. So I feel like now it's time for you to, you know, break free of these stories that you've created in your head and, you know, hanging on to the past energy that's keeping you from the future energy. But I do feel like this week, because we do end with this hermit, I think you start to really look at things, you know, and what you really want. I mean, what is it that you really want? And I think you're going to start looking at, you got to quit talking about it. You want to have this energy of this Knight of Wands, because the Knight of Wands is a fun-loving, free-flowing, couldn't get that one out, energy. This is someone who likes to enjoy their life, go out, not be, you know, restricted and bound by rules and regulations. So I think you start to look at what it is that, you know, you keep talking about, but you don't apply. So now's the time. Seriously, now is the time, because you are really seeing that this is not working for you. You've been walking on a tightrope for so long, and, you know, you still haven't been able to save the kind of money you really want. I mean, you know, the kind of freedom and you know, the goals that you have in mind. I mean, you're a very business savvy kind of sign. But now, I mean, honestly, Capricorn, work for yourself. You know, work for yourself. That's where I'm at. You know, honestly, I'm a Capricorn. And for years, and it's funny, I ran into my old boss. For years, I made millions of dollars for this woman. Millions of dollars. And yet I never made more than $15 an hour. And I worked for her for 10 years. She wouldn't even put me on salary. I mean, it's one of these things, but at least it kept me going. And something had to shift, you know, and I wanted to do what I love to do. So I'm encouraging you as a fellow Capricorn to really go in and really see what it is that you truly want to do. And don't let everything from the past hold you back from moving forward. This is really your time to shine, all right? So good reading for you, Capricorn, and it's a good way to start the new year, all right? It's a good time to bring to fruition. God, I can't talk. Whatever it is that, you know, you really want to do in your life, all right? So that you can have that wonderful balance. All right, that's what I got for you. Long reading, huh? Oh my gosh. All right, anyway, Happy New Year. I'll see you at the next reading. Until then, be well. Hit that like button.